What's going on, everybody? Peter Dewey with FanSided here, and today I'm joined by University of Arizona guard Kylan Boswell on behalf of Rockin Protein. Kylan, I appreciate you taking time to join me today. How you doing, man?
Of course, I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. I'm doing great. I'm excited to get to talk to you, but I want to talk about your partnership with Rockin Protein, how that kind of came about, and what you're looking forward to with it this year.
First, I came about. I've had one of my agents, Alex Guerrero, came up to me with a opportunity from them. I think he just told me it was for me dunking and slapping the backboard. Apparently, I don't know if that's a true story or not, but no, that's to me what I just found out about how it came about.
Nice, awesome. And anything you're really looking forward to? I know this is a great brand, really a solid protein brand to be a partner with.
I'm really excited. I'm the first NIL athlete. The season is here. I'm proud to be like an official protein beverage. Shamrock Farms is always in McHale. I've been, a part of it, seeing it around in McHale and all the time. I'm always drinking Rockin Protein. But yeah, that's basically the main focus right now.
Awesome. And you're entering your sophomore season at Arizona. Last season, you were the youngest player in all college basketball, which is a pretty crazy stat to have. What did you learn the most from your freshman season, kind of taken into your sophomore campaign?
The flow of college basketball, it's a lot more physical than high school, a lot more mental focus, a lot more attention to details. You have scout. You don't have a lot of room for error for mistakes. So now getting my mistakes out the way, kind of understanding how it works. Now coming to my sophomore year, more confident within myself. I can trust the system more, just basically stuff like that.
Yeah, and you're expected to have a really big sophomore season, preseason, all second team Pac-12, one of John Rothstein's breakout players for the 2023-24 season. With those expectations, how do you kind of manage them coming into this season?
Just can you put the work in? I feel like I'm prepared for these moments that are coming into my life. I know for a fact, me and my dad, me and my trainers, or the coaching staff, they trust me and I trust myself. There's not really much fear if you get prepared for moments.
Definitely. This summer you played for USA Basketball's U19 team at the FIBA World Cup. How was that experience? What was the most exciting part for you?
Definitely getting to travel new places, going to play basketball. Never really know how basketball kind of brings you new opportunities like this in your life until you're in those moments. It was nice to play for Coach Boyle, Colorado's head coach. Play with some of my old teammates too that I played with previous USA teams. But yeah, just new experiences for me in my life, and I loved it very much.
How much does that differentiate from the college game? Obviously, kind of a slightly different rules in FIBA, but what was the biggest difference you found in anything you had trouble making an adjustment to?
Biggest difference probably would say like the spacing on the court. I feel like in college, if you kind of attack certain lanes or something, everything seems a lot more congested. People have this kind of more like spread out basketball, like you can kind of attack and get to spots, But I think that was probably the biggest difference, if anything.
Any teammates that you got to play with that you were really excited to get a chance to play with at the World Cup?
I got to play with Dylan Harper. I've been, hearing about him, number one guy, but before he was for Cooper and all that. I was really excited to play with him. And then playing with Ian Jackson again was kind of like, that's my guy. So it's nice to always hoop with him.
Want to go back to before you came to Arizona, because I want to ask you, growing up, I know I played basketball myself growing up. Everybody kind of has a player they like to model their game after. Was there anybody you tried to emulate or model your game after as you were coming up in basketball?
I think the main guy was Curry, because one of the best shooters ever to touch the basketball. One of the great point guards of all time, just a straight winner. Everything about him and who he is as a person is kind of who I've tried to model myself to be, I feel like my game is very similar, not like skill level, but like how I like to do, how I like to score, stuff like that.
You talk about your game being similar, and also, you say not the skill level, but in ESPN's early mock draft for 2024, you were picked as a lottery pick. They had you going at number 14. Would you end up seeing that, and anything, your thoughts on being selected as a lottery pick in that early mock?
My main focus, just put the work in, make sure, I take care of business this year. If I, decide to go put my name in the draft and whoever takes me, I'll be grateful. But, that's the goal of mine, to be in those top 14 names that get selected, but just got to put the work in and get there first.
Yeah, definitely. And you talk about this season with Arizona, you guys are expected to be one of the best teams in the country, one of the best teams in the Pac-12. What is the goals for you and your team coming into this season?
Really just, revenge our last year tour. Like, I mean, our last year's last game. That's not the best way to go out in the season as the number 2 seed with 15. That's been our main focus too, having a culture change. I see Love, Keishad, JB, a bunch of new guys. They're all ready to come in here and make an impact from day one. Everybody's been committed to the program. Everybody's trusts Tommy. So that's just our main focus: culture change and kind of reevaluate ourselves and make a new name for ourselves.
I like that. There's a couple people you mentioned. First, I want to start with Caleb Love. Obviously going to be one of your new teammates. What have you, learned the most and got to experience the most playing with him? And what are you most excited about?
I've said this before. I mean, it's so crazy how social media can portray somebody, and you can have an opinion about someone and you have no idea who they are. You have no idea what they do on a day-to-day basis. Like, it's just kind of insane, like how media was making Caleb seem like a ball hog and all this extra like size stuff and all that. Like, that's not at all who C-Love is as a person. He's very funny, great personality, a great teammate. He's a great role model for me too. We work out every day pretty much now together. And then I'm just excited just to play with him. I've said too, I just don't think people understand or be ready for what me and him can do in the backcourt for sure throughout the season.
Yeah, the dynamic between the two of you is going to be very exciting because obviously he's a great scorer. You shot the ball almost 40% from 3 last season. What do you think is the biggest thing you guys can do to kind of make it tough on opposing defenses?
I mean, I feel like it's kind of like a Splash Brothers situation. Like, you can't guard both of us. Like, one of us is going to either get hot in a game or one of us will make sure the other one can get ready for like the next moments. You know what I mean? We can spread the court to like a degree where C-Love's in the one wing, I'm in the other. And either you're going to come guard him and I'm going to get a shot, or you're going to come guard me and he can get a shot. I mean, it just gets spread out for us in the offensive end for sure. And it leaves the open paint for the bigs.
Definitely. You mentioned head coach Tommy Llyod, and I just want to ask you, why'd you choose Arizona, and what about Tommy Llyod made you want to come play there?
From day one, I could tell that it was very genuine with their commitment to me. I can tell from some coaches, there was kind of like an agenda kind of hidden, how they were talking to me and what they were trying to portray as what I can be for them. The coaching staff here felt just very natural, felt very comfortable to be around them. I didn't feel like I had to be someone else, with my coaches. McHale, I loved coming in McHale, and I kind of was like, starstruck when I seen how big it was and how much it seated. And then everything just felt like home. Like, Tucson just felt like a good place for me. My family felt like the housing that they were going to be in when they came. So everything just kind of just fall into place, and it just fit me.
That's awesome. What about Coach Lloyd's system kind of helps you thrive as a player? Because obviously I know last year you only came off the bench for most of the games, only played about 15 minutes a game, but you obviously played terrific in those minutes. So what about his system kind of helped you thrive as a player?
It's a system that thrives off of like movement, passing, scoring. Like, you can't I don't know, like this offense, it's kind of hard to struggle in if you just play the right way with it. The bigs gets their shots, the guards get their shots. He lets us guards have a lot of freedom, and we can make our own decisions, be creative on the court. But that's also because of the work he knows we put in and the trust that we have in practice. So just kind of a big trusting offense, and it's very creative and free flowing. So it's kind of hard for me to struggle in it because it's just so much opportunity for me to get something done for myself or for my teammates.
How important is it to have that kind of trust from your coaching staff and to be able to play a free-flowing offense where you don't feel like you're kind of being put into a box as a player?
As any basketball player, that's what you want. You know what I mean? You don't want to be worried with coaches thinking if I take a shot, I miss, or if I have a turnover. I know for a fact, Coach Llyod, he knows I put work in. So he knows, like, when I take a shot and maybe it was a bad shot or it's something I could have been working on, or it's not like I will do it again, because we just have trust already within ourselves. Been with him for a year now, you know what I mean? So it's nice that when I'm out there on the court, I'm not really in the back of my mind thinking what my coach is thinking.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's great to have. Got a couple rapid fire questions for you. Kind of want to go through a list of a few. So first, your favorite moment from your freshman season?
Dunking the basketball against Colorado.
Second one, biggest takeaway from the NCAA tournament last year and what you want to change going into this year?
Biggest takeaway for me, I think, is put all distractions probably to the side, 1,000%. Like, I was like on Twitter or on Instagram, you know, like just kind of getting big headed about the situation. Like, oh my gosh, for March Madness, you know, it was when I'm 17, I'm out here. Like, just, you know, turn your phone off during that time. Like, just don't even worry about nothing except just one game and moving on and advancing. And then for me, the biggest change would be to be in Phoenix by that time for the 2024, you know, Final Four. That's my goal for us as a team.
Love that. Want to go back to really quick. Obviously, growing up, I'm sure you had dreams of playing in March Madness. What was the experience like to be able to do that? Kind of, was it a surreal experience for you?
It is definitely like surreal, kind of like for the game. That was the most butterfly nervous I've ever been in my life. I kind of was just like, this is actually happening. I'm playing a March Madness game right now that, you know, I'm in Sacramento. Like, it was kind of just crazy feeling. But I mean, I feel kind of proud of myself. I feel like I played a solid game, you know, especially after, like, you know, especially how my year was, you know, throughout the entire year. Just like, you know, take that moment in, keep working, and just, you know, learn from it.
Yeah, I think that's a great mindset. Keeping going with some of these rapid fire, feel free to elaborate on this one, but yourself included. So you're in this starting five, 4 players all time in the history of basketball that you would want to play alongside in a starting five.
That's including myself, 4 players.
Yeah, so 4. So yourself and then 4 other guys.
I'm going Mike, Ko. I'm putting Braun at the 4 because I feel like he can just be more diverse. I'm getting Shaq.
Nice.
Yeah.
Favorite? What was your favorite? Who was your favorite player growing up? Was it Steph?
Player.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Now next one, all-time Arizona basketball starting five. So anybody who's played for University of Arizona, who is in your all-time starting five?
Including myself or just separate?
If you want to include yourself, yeah, go ahead.
I won't include myself because I'm not there yet. I got Steve Kerr. I got, oh man, I'm putting 2 point guards in here.
Yeah, you can.
I'm putting Steve Kerr, Mike Bibby. I'm going Richard Jefferson. No, I'm tripping. Oh my gosh, I'm tripping. I'm going Mike Bibby, Gilbert Arenas. I'm going Richard Jefferson, Channing Frye, and then I don't know a great big of all time. I don't know their bigs. I'll take Zeke Naji. I don't know. I don't really know their bigs. Oh no, DeAndre Ayton. I'm tripping. DeAndre Ayton.
There we go. I was interested to see if you were going to say Gilbert when you said Kerr and when you went Kerr and Bibby. I was like, oh man, he's left an Agent Zero out of here. But I like it. That's a good starting five.
But I got to shout out Coach Gardner as my 6th man for sure.
I like it. All right, Kylan, last one for you. Give me the pitch. Why can Arizona win the national championship this season?
I've said it already in this. Our culture change to me is more impactful for all of us. We've done a lot more mental health stuff for our team. We have a great team bonding moments. Like every Monday, we have a Zoom with Brett Ledbetter. He helps us with mental health, and then we all come together and talk as a team. So just speak our minds on how we're feeling. If we're tired, if somebody's frustrated with something, everything's been more genuine this year. I feel like that's something that a lot of teams just don't have. There's more like, I don't want to come to work every day and not like who I'm going to battle with. You know what I mean? So if I can genuinely know who the person I'm going alongside to go compete against these teams, I feel like that gives us an immense advantage. And then other than the fact of we're extremely talented. We have everything that we need this year with every position, hard workers. We can definitely get the job done.
Yeah. Actually, I got to ask you, any game you have circled on the schedule, any game you're really looking forward to this year?
Duke University.
Nice. Very nice. Yeah. Should be a fun one. Should be a very fun one.
Yeah, fun one.
Kylan, I appreciate you joining me. This was great. Best of luck this season. I'll be pulling for you. And thank you again for joining us.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you.